Hey everyone, what's going on? My name's Connor, and today we're doing some speed draws. So the drawings we're doing are two aliens from Fiction's reality. These are going to be their official designs from here on out. And here are the two aliens, Heatblast and Diamondhead. I have done these two's designs in the past, but they're a little outdated and don't look that great. So we're going to be redoing them again today. And then the third drawing is going to be a special drawing that was requested me by one of the FR crew, so stay tuned to see what that is. So let's jump into the first alien, Heatblast! So first up, Heatblast. I was kind of wish-washy on how I was gonna do this one, because Heatblast has already appeared in an episode, and I didn't want to change the design too terribly much, because, you know, he already appeared. His design should have been solidified in the first place. But then I came up with an excuse, right? My excuse is that Connor wasn't wearing his normal outfit for the rest of the series in episode 1. So his outfit would be slightly different, because that makes sense, right? Anyway, my general plan here was to kind of make the proportions better, a little more accurate to how the original show looks, and just making it look better whenever I get the chance to draw it. There's one thing that I'll loop back to at the end here that I'm not super happy with, but it still works. I wanted to make sure his proportions kind of lined up how they're supposed to within like Ben 10 itself. So instead of like having the squigglies on his front, they actually kind of look like cracks instead of, you know, the like gross kind of lava rivers on his front. I also added his little, I don't know what you'd call them, like rock gauntlets and bicep coverings to kind of, again, make it more accurate to the show. But he still retains that like arrow shape he had in the first episode. His shoulder pads were a little wonky, which I kind of headcanon that Pyranites start growing the kind of lava volcanoes at age 35. So right now it's just kind of like a dot, and then whenever he hits 21, it'll be like a little wider, and then when he hits like 30, it'll be like a full-on volcano. In human years, that'd be whenever they hit like 17-ish, and of course they slowly expanded the volcanoes. The goal of my aliens is to put them in their kind of homeworld's armor / military uniform kind of look, as a way to acknowledge the army jacket that Connor always wears within the aliens designs themselves. Pyranites don't have any confirmed military designs, so I thought pants as a way for them to like ride in vehicles and stuff, like other planets' vehicles or like their own vehicles that they made themselves. I think that would be cool. So they could ride in it without setting it on fire. Another thing I found out after this episode, or after this drawing, which I just didn't know, like I found this out like 3 days ago, is that Alan Albright could turn off the flames on his hands and feet and just kind of turn them into rocks. So I kind of imagine Heatblast could do that too. So he didn't need them on like his hands and feet, but he did need them like on their pants. I think that makes sense. I don't know. Oh, and the two-pronged like streak kind of line through his eye was added because of a background character in the classic series episode Grudge Match who had them, and I thought they looked really neat. The one thing I'm kind of not super happy with on the finished drawing is how the hands kind of look. Someone pointed out to me that they look like string cheese, and I hate that. And I don't think the fire looks a whole lot like how actual fire does, but you know, whatever. Yeah, that's Heatblast. Alright, now with Heatblast done and completed, it's time to move on to Diamondhead! So Diamondhead was significantly similar because there wasn't as much stuff I really wanted to update with him, kind of bringing him more in line with his actual like show counterpart, but also just, you know, keeping a few of the like fun design elements I gave him just to be a little more interesting. So I like I said earlier with Heatblast, I kind of want all the aliens to look sort of like military garb or like armor or like their uniform. So I took the military guard that he's wearing here from the background guards in Secret of the Omnitrix that are shooting at Tetrax. after the fact, I kind of think that those aliens are just a recolor of Diamondhead. Just, you know, they put black where the white is so it didn't look as derivative. Because Gwen 10 is also kind of in the background of the shot. Whatever, it's not that important. But, you know, it is the closest we get to, like, a canon design like that, so whatever. The triangle-shaped, kind of, like, buckle thing where the Omnitrix is placed, which, it appears, like, later in this, actual drawing, is a reference to Tetrax himself. He has, like, those triangles on his, like, shoulder pads. So I wanted to have some sort of reference, but I also didn't want him to give him like shoulder pads or sleeves or anything of that sort in this version of the design. So I went ahead and put it as like his belt buckle. I also added pupils, like very, very light like pupils in the design. Just because I thought it'd be nice to be able to have the aliens, like, glance behind themselves or like, look around with just their eyes without either turning their head or straight up shifting their, like, entire eye over. Just a small little, like, design thing that I wanted to keep in. The front part of his jaw actually acts as a mouth guard, as a kind of nod to Cooler's design, or at least that's what inspired it. Cooler's design from Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Z movies. I think it was like Revenge of Cooler or something. I don't know. Or maybe that was the second one. I don't know, and I don't really care.
It's one of them.
It's one of them. The back spikes should technically be much larger, as Connor is older than Ben's, and the spikes on the back get larger as like Tetramans get older. 'Cause that's like shown in like Ben 10,000 and just kind of the designs through the ages, but you know, perspective or whatever excuse I'm going to use. That's the only real gripe I have with the design. For the most part, I think it looks pretty good. I do think the way his little collar thing clips over his shoulder doesn't look the best, but I mean, whatever. It's done now, and you know, this is Diamondhead. And next up is the final drawing. It is a request by the FR crew, specifically Ethan. We have Akatsuki Ethan. Really hope I'm saying that right. So, full disclosure, I have no fucking clue what this form is, or what it does, or even if it looks right. This was all just a request from Ethan. So I literally just took the design he gave me for Naruto and was like, oh, okay, transplanted that onto Ethan. So, I don't know if this is accurate. I don't particularly care. So, again, took inspiration from the Naruto design he sent me, which you can kind of see at some points in the speed draw on the top left. I may throw in like a reference image or something like that. I don't fucking know. He also, the jacket that he's throwing out was a pain in the ass to draw, because it is really hard to get a decent reference image of like a jacket being thrown in the air. So that was pleasant. He also has that like 3 comma Sharingan thing. What the fuck is that called?
Sharingan? Hey, I don't know. I'm not that into Naruto.
Okay, fair enough. He has Sharingan, and it's in both his eyes. I'm only realizing now that Ethan requested it in one eye, but honestly, I don't care. It was a bitch to do, because, like, I had to play with, like, the size of the brush and all that. Like I had to decrease the brush size to, like, 1 in order to even get it remotely close to what I wanted it to look like. Fuck that. So I wanted it, apparently, like, this form has, like, a 9-tailed fox or some shit inside of it. Apparently, I don't know. I don't watch Naruto. I don't like Naruto.
Yeah, don't let Ethan hear you say that. Like, it's almost his argument for Undertale.
Okay, but, like, also Naruto's, like, 70 fucking seasons. I'm not watching that.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot.
Anyway, I didn't want to draw 9 tails, so I just drew the tail with like 9 prongs and like 1 big prong. Ethan said, it looks like a sex toy. I told him to fuck off. I also had to run into a different program, Paint.net, in order to shift the line colors to orange, because that's how it was drawn in the actual like image rep he sent me. But I wasn't able to record that, so there's just like a blank space in that part. I apologize. I also had to run into. I also the fire effect is significantly like more prominent, but like I wanted to do it like that. I honestly, if we had to make up some canon excuse, we could say like the Naruto key and the Dragon Ball key or whatever is starting to like intermingle, and that's why the auras. I don't fucking know. So that's Akatsuki, Ethan. Akatsuki. Fuck it. That's Naruto, Ethan. Okay, so that's 3 drawings in the bag. I think they all look pretty good. I didn't mention this in the speed draw, but I was able to do some like pretty fun lighting effects with Akatsuki Ethan. So yeah, that's basically everything. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, you know, do the normal thing and like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, do the thing.
And if you want to, you know, our show, episode 1, is out right now, and episode 2 is in production and should be out soonish. We don't really have a date, but it's going to be out at some point. It is going to come out. Period.
Will come out.
So, from me, as the main host, and Ant,
hello,
who's sitting here in the background,
yo.
I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Feels like I'm fucking commentating over surf footage. I can feel the almonds in my mouth.
I can feel them.
I can just look up Sharingan. Is it Sharingan or Sharingan? Okay. Akatsuki.
At least it's not Asmariano Martica Destana Coldicon.
Okay. Now I actually gotta wrap this shit up. Uh-oh. Fuck.
Start with
Yeah.
thank you for watching.
Yeah, well, that's the end, though. I wrap it up with the thing.
Oh.